Who cuts your hair? Hi, I'm Chuck. I'm an educator with a new job and a new commute. And that's what started this podcast, this Drive Time Diaries, was me trying to figure out what I was going to do on this new thing that's new to me since the last 7 years or so. Is what am I going to do in the car for almost an hour every day? So what's on my mind today is haircuts, because it's time for me to do one. And so I just want to tell a story of me cutting my hair. I have cut my own hair for about 20 years, almost 20 years. Sometime in probably 2003 or 2004 was when I started exclusively doing it by myself. And it's really a story. First of all, I hope that it surprises most people. I don't always have the best haircut, but I think if I didn't think I did a serviceable job, then I wouldn't do it. But it really started when I was in ROTC, Reserve Officer Training Corps, at Mizzou, on my way to be a prospective Marine Corps officer after graduating. Our gunnery sergeant, who was like in charge of all the discipline stuff, really. If the captain ever had to deal with it, then you knew that Gunny had given up on you. So our regs pretty much were that we had to cut our hair at least every 2 weeks. Really, if you weren't doing it like every week, then you were probably going to get yelled at some point when you were in uniform. And so they gave us a stipend as part of my scholarship that I had there. It was great. Like, supported a lot of my spending needs when I was in college. But it wasn't a situation where I wanted to spend like $40 of that $120 or something. I don't even remember how much it was, but I did not want to spend at least $40 a month getting my hair cut, because that felt crazy and not something I wanted to spend my money on as a 19, 20, 21-year-old, 18-year-old also. So sometime in my sophomore year, I think, I started letting other people try to cut my hair. That happened maybe once or twice. This guy Jeff just like butchered it. I came back the next day. I think I really needed him to do it because I really needed a haircut, and it was like the night before we were going to be in uniform the next day, so I had to. And I got to PT, physical training, that day, and Gunny was just like, "Baker, who cut your hair?" And I said, "Well, it was midshipman so-and-so." Just in case he's a listener of the podcast, I don't want to embarrass him. I think he's a sailor somewhere, being super successful at that now, but anywho. And he was like, "Never let midshipman so-and-so do that ever again." Mostly just because he had like missed a bunch of hairs and it just did not look that good. So I was like, okay, I guess it's time to do it myself. So I started trying to do it myself a little bit. I would have some people kind of clean up the back if I felt like I needed that help. And I also, right around that same time, got a new roommate, and I learned that he was already cutting his own hair. And the real trick that he taught me was the second mirror. So, podcast listeners, this is the secret to giving yourself a haircut if you want short hair that also fades and isn't all one length and whatnot. What you gotta do is have a second handheld mirror while you are looking in your first mirror, and then this will enable you to get a view of the back. And then you have to do this like hand-eye coordination thing where it's like driving a trailer, actually. If if you've ever backed up a trailer in a car or a truck or whatever, you have to turn your wheel opposite of the way that it usually is when you are just backing up your regular vehicle. And cutting the back of your head, looking in that mirror, is actually a similar, it's like the same thought process. You have to undo your brain. So that roommate taught me that trick, and from there, I started simply, and did not really fade the back that much. And at that point, with my Marine Corps regulations, it had to be super short anyway, so there wasn't really that much opportunity to fade or get creative with it. But I got to a spot where I was able to do it, and I wasn't getting berated by my gunnery sergeant for having nasty, ridiculous haircuts. And at one point, I even had this officer that was out of town that had come in, that was like a general or something, actually even compliment me on my haircut. I don't think he was being facetious, but he was like, "That's a good haircut, midshipman," or something like that. And I was like, let's go. So fast forward through the last 18, 19, 20 years. I don't know that I will ever have anyone else cut my hair at this point, because I have saved like thousands of dollars, and it's kind of a source of pride. Like, it's a DIY thing that, if you had the ability to take care of so much maintenance on your car, and you had the time to do it, wouldn't you just do it? If you had the ability to make amazing desserts or to smoke delicious meats, wouldn't you just enjoy doing that and having the pride in knowing you did that instead of going out to do it? That's the way I think about that kind of thing. So I would almost feel defeated and less of myself at this point if I were to walk into Sport Clips or Great Clips or Fantastic Sam's or Super Cuts or whatever and talk to this person about what I wanted my hair to be, because I can just do that for myself, and I can style it however I want to and not have to communicate that, because I don't know about you, 14% male listeners, or come on math, 86% female listeners, but whenever you go to the salon or the barber, it was like, it's been really frustrating for me when I got a haircut that was not the one that I wanted. So I actually, if you know me personally, I had years of this haircut that was it was like a buzzed head for most of it, and then sorry, let my daughter in the car.
Finally got Jocelyn's number.
All right, awesome. We're recording right now.
Oh.
Talking about haircuts.
Oh.
Welcome back from soccer practice. How'd it go?
Good. We scored 3 goals in the 3v3 we played.
Let's go!
Yeah. I also I had a good shot on goal during our scrimmage.
Awesome. Wow, I didn't know this door was open a second ago, and I almost went forward and would have taken off that cardboard. That would have been bad. Alright, I was almost done. I was just talking about haircuts because I need one. And wow, did you really just smell your shin guard?
It's damp, it's not smelly.
Gross! Ooh, don't hit coach. Don't
go?
hit coach. Your Crocs are right there on the floor. Like under the seat.
I found them, they were in the bag.
Gotcha. So I've now lost my podcast train of thought about where I was going with that, but
That's not good.
Oh gosh. So you don't even know this because your mom cuts your hair now.
Yeah.
Because I I guess I do so well with my haircuts that I've empowered my wife to cut her own hair most of the time, and then she also does the haircuts for the girls at least half of the time. When the boys get their haircut, she's done it, or if I have time to do it, then I've done it. And that is just our haircut life. The Baker family does not go to barbers or salons. If you are a barber or a hairstylist, shout out to you. We love you personally, but that's where we can spend our money to support you, and we don't want to ask for that for free because we deeply value your expertise and skill. But
That's a rant.
what?
That's a rant.
No, it's not. This whole podcast is a rant. That's all it is. Actually, it's not a rant because I don't usually complain about things.
I don't feel like it has to be a rant.
No.
I feel like rant is just when you talk about something passionately
Oh.
for a hot second.
Oh. Okay. Have I talked to you about what a baddie is yet?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Shout out to the last episode.
Do you refresh me though?
A baddie, according to UrbanDictionary.com, is just someone who always looks put together, and this is also from my student a little bit too. Always looks put together, like even if they're kind of like in bum-in clothes or sweatpants, they still look not. Yeah, they still look put together. And it also, the definition in Urban Dictionary went on about like used to be kind of like a nerd or bullied or something, and now like grew up into be this like put together super successful person who really knows themselves and knows what they want out of life.
I feel like this is every single rich person.
Maybe, yeah. But to be low-key a baddie, like this girl complimented your mother was...
Oh, it's a girl. For some reason I thought I envisioned it being a boy, and that was way weird.
There better not be boys looking at my wife on Instagram. But to be low-key a baddie is like, oh, okay, I didn't expect that. Because like I said in the last episode, no, I'm gonna go right here. Your mom is always put together, but I think typically a baddie would like wear a lot of makeup, or like be way more high maintenance, of which your mother is not at all. She's just like low-key a baddie, and she's just chill and compliments me in every perfect way possible. Which I forgot to say last episode. Anyway, so I empowered her to cut hair, and she just gets it done now and cuts her own and cuts everybody else's, and that's fun. And so hopefully tonight I get a haircut, and when you are listening to this on Wednesday morning, I will be on fleek with my hair. You'll have to listen to the podcast to find out what fleek means. Episode 26 or 27, I don't remember. It was the one I just made. Alright, so we are stopped at the gas station, so this drive is now over. Lucy, thanks for joining the pod again and being ambushed with that, and we'll see you on the next Drive Time Diary.